that as a country, because of the climate change, we are going to become food secure if we are not going to invest on irrigation, building dams, but also ensuring that money is not being stolen in the process, because otherwise we keep on importing food from other countries, which also has like an impact not only on the household but also on the economy. So, I mean, subsidies is not enough. Farmers need agricultural personnel. They need officers out there. I mean, their soil need to get tested. They need to be told that, yeah, I think this is what can do well in this area. Can you invest more on it? Because otherwise, without information, I mean, the soil is changing, and yeah, we are not going to be that productive.
Okay. Right. Mheshimiwa Ndindi Nyoro, you respond to that question later because you were at the center of the intervention of subsidized fertilizer in the first budget of the Kenya Kwanza administration, but also the realization that, yes, maize is food, but food is not maize, right? Yeah, there's more to food than just maize. Questions, reactions from the audience? Just hold on, please. On.
There was a question as to whether we did clarify or whether the CS had released a circular. So on the 6th of November this month, the clarification has been done on the issue of the fees, and it has been settled. And the circular says that there has been no revision of boarding fees or any other fees. That is very clear. And then it further says the government will continue to fulfill its constitutional duty of providing capitation for learners in senior school. The approved rate of capitation for the level still remains 22,244 per learner per year. So I think we'll put this to rest. It's completely clarified and done. Thank you.
Okay. Ndindi Nyoro is not resting.
Now, that's the beauty of this kind of a debate. I just request, don't close that document. I just request you, just read the heading of that document, just the heading.
The heading was on boarding fees.
I think I am done. I am talking about increasing day secondary school fees. Bwana Abdi, the reason why the government sent the circular of 2015 is so that they don't communicate there is adding of fees, they act like they are reminding. Because there was no gazette notice of adding the 9,000. Some, as I told you, this matter is very personal, and I've done a lot of research on it. As we talk, the principals of day secondary schools, when they do the fee structures in the system of government, Bwana Abdi, they are not able to do it without including the 9,374. So I request you, because I see the entire government is embarrassed for trying to add school fees in January. And they are trying to gauge how Kenyans will react. Just go and tell the minister and even the higher authorities. Kenyans have responded. They are very angry. They need a clear guideline and a clear circular to our day scholars and unlock the system that the principals use to do fee structures, because as it is now, the government has abdicated on 9,000, thereby increasing the secondary school fees by 100%. That is why you are actually referring to actually a wrong circular.
Well, I think there's some take home here that there's work that we need to do just to clarify that. I think it's for the best interest of the country. Let's hear.
The only thing...
sorry, Dr. Abdi.
Politely, please.
Yeah.
The only thing I wanted to add is that I've already said that the attachment we attached to that guideline is a 2015 document, a gazette notice. Hold on. And at that time, parents were required to pay 9,374. And the capitation at that time was 12,870. It all adds up to the current 22,244. So the other thing I also want to say is that when we are admitting students, the admission letter or the joining structure is generated online. And you know very well, even the current Form 1s, when they're going under the 8, they print. So the ministry controls what a school is supposed to put, whether it's a day school or a boarding school. So, but Mheshimiwa is asking, please let us clarify further and do a clear, circular on even including day schools. That we will do. But the position is this, that there is no increase in fees, whether it is day school, whether it is boarding school. That is the official position, please, so that we create hope in our masses, in our people, in our poor households. There's no increase, and that is the position. Asanteni sana, thank you.
Okay, all right, let's hear from the reactions. I think his hand was first, and I want to hear from ladies quite a lot. So after you, then you have a hand in that table. Oh, you can take one of these.
So we're starting?
Here. It was a new, but...
Okay, good afternoon. It's about on education, for adult education. Because we have, as we have heard from them from morning, is that we have millions of children who are not in school and will not be able to go to school. We also have the challenges of infrastructure in education, although the government is doing what is doing to enhance education. Adult education, now we have a lot of people now who are out of school. And they were used to be assisted using the adult education centers. These centers, the teachers have not been employed for a very long time, up to now. Now, the faith-based organization have been now trying to mitigate that, to bridge that gap by now bringing the centers into the mosque as learning centers. But there are no tutors. Now the ministry have been training these tutors, and the government is not employing them. So that's my question. And the problem is that the policy has not been updated in Parliament. Now we have Mr. Nyoro here in front of us, who has done very good in education. We're also the PS in education. How are we going to go about that? Okay. These millions of Kenyans with the digital era cannot access education. They are grown-ups. They cannot be fitted into the CBA system.
All right. What do you say your name is?
Sheikh Ibrahim Muhammad.
Okay.
We recently signed a MOU with the adult education to put that system of education across the country in our mosques. Mosques are sustainable, and we have infrastructure. Even where...
No, it's okay, Sheikh. Your question is clear. Okay. Let's hear from the gentleman at the back. Please keep your question very short.
Thank you very much. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My good name is Godfrey Mokwa from Africa Care Group. My question goes to Director Abdi. I know it's very hard to defend the government. When you look at primary school capitation, it has been stagnated for over 2 decades. And when you adjust that to the current, due to inflation, it's around 250 shillings from around 20 Kenyan shillings. And your government, how do you justify calling education free under such conditions and circumstances? Thank you.
All right, we give the mic to the lady in that table. Please pass it on.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Dr. Parita Shah from the University of Nairobi. Now, we're talking about inequality gap. Our very own resources, natural resources, are we allowing for equality there? The other day, I will not name the person, but we're talking of taking away Nairobi National Park. We are seeing what is happening in Tsavo National Park, mining. Shimba Hills is the same story. Who is losing out there? The communities. Through ecotourism, sharing of resources, it's the 1% who are benefiting. Again, when we take away the green spaces, climate change, then we keep on begging for climate finance. At what cost? The health of our people is being affected by devouring into the green spaces, finishing our biodiversity. Poaching is increasing with this inequality, and we are encouraging illegal financial flows. Who are we financing for sustainable development? Are we really doing that? It's a big question. On the other side, we spoke about education. Honestly speaking, we very well know the CBC is like International Baccalaureate, as our senior had just spoken. So when we know it is creating inequality, why are we bringing it? I know I was part of Professor Munau and the team at the university, but we had also looked at other things which are actually not brought out. And on the issue of food security and inequality, I go back to the Seed Variety Act of 2024. We are here killing our indigenous seeds. That is where food security lies. We are bringing in Western agendas of GMOs, chemical fertilizers. We've seen that happening in Asia during the Green Revolution, where the use of the chemicals led to pollution, affected the health of the people. Are we trying to be the guinea pigs of capitalism? We need to question all these things before we bring them, because once you buy those GMO seeds, the fertilizers, you're creating a debt dependency cycle, and our people are getting poorer and poorer. You have to buy seeds every time you want to plant. What does that mean?
Okay. Okay. All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I have space for another lady.
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Rosemary Mudhoni Kinuthia, the chair for Kiambu County CSO Networks. I want to go back to the report, and it gave few recommendations in terms of tax effective utilization, fighting corruption, kazi mtaani kwa sababu ya mayouth, enhance quality education. But the truth is, all these things are there. Ziko kwa documents. We lobby for quality education. Tax are supposed to be effectively utilized. So those recommendations is a chorus that we sang for many years. One of the things, I think some few months ago, with Madam Diana, we had a debt conference at Laiko, and we were discussing about the same, exactly what we are talking about. But we need solutions. We need solutions. We cannot continue complaining and telling people, giving people information that they already know. And I'll give a practical solution. Honorable Ndindi Nyoro, we are very proud of you for what you're doing. But allow me to inject the injector, who you are. KPLC, the reason why Honorable Sifuna was talking about they use 1 billion shillings in Nairobi to feed kids. Do you know why that happens? Because a mama mwenye anapika chips mwitu hawezi fanya hivi kwa sababu ya stima. Nyumba analipa stima. Rent kukomboa mwenye nyumba anaitisha deposit ya stima. Masonary carpentry anatumia stima. Stima where maybe Ndindi and 124 others have decided, they woke up in the morning and decided to hike the power. That is why we are spending 1 billion shilling to feed kids. Reduce power, mkubwa. Then we will not have to feed kids. Any parent can feed their children if they have a decent livelihood. Those are solutions. 2, MPs in this country